Google just rolled out AI overviews for local searches, and hear what this means for your restaurant. If you're not ranking number 1 on Google right now, you're about to become completely invisible to hungry customers. I'm not being dramatic here. I've been working in marketing for 15 years, and I've never seen it change this big hit restaurant industry this fast. Let me show you exactly what's happening and how to make sure your restaurant doesn't get left behind. 3 weeks ago, I discovered this change by accident. I was texting Google searches for restaurants in 15 different cities across Australia, and what I found was absolutely terrifying. In Melbourne, a city with over 500 pizza places, Google's new AI was only showing people 3 restaurants. Brisbane, Perth, Adelaide, same story everywhere. But here's where it gets really scary. I tracked what happened to restaurants that used to get 50 plus new customers per week from Google searches. After these AI changes, they dropped to 5 customers per week almost overnight. And the restaurants that are getting those customers now, sometimes they have worse food, worse reviews, worse everything. But they understood something that 99% of restaurant owners still don't know. I'm about to show you exactly what Google AI is now looking for, why this change is so dangerous for your business, and most importantly, the simple steps that one restaurant owner used to go from 15 bookings per week to 65 bookings per week by understanding this change. But first, you need to understand how different this new AI system really is. Do you want to get more bookings for your restaurant? Then you need to understand what Google AI just changed, because the restaurants that figure out this first are going to dominate for years to come. And what exactly changed, and why are hundreds of restaurants suddenly becoming invisible to customers? Here's what's happening. When someone searches for restaurants on Google now, they're not seeing what you think they're seeing. Google made a massive change to how they show restaurant recommendations, and most restaurant owners have no idea this have happened. Instead of showing a list of 10 restaurants like before, Google now uses something completely different, something that only recommends 2 or 3 restaurants maximum. And here's the part that should terrify you. 80% of people never scroll past this recommendation system. It's like having a food guide that only lists 3 restaurants in the entire city. If you're not one of those 3 listings, you simply don't exist to hungry customers. But here's what's crazy. I found restaurants with terrible food getting recommended over places with amazing food and 5-star reviews. Why? Because they understood something that 99% of restaurant owners still don't know. And that's exactly what I'm going to reveal you in this video. But first, you need to understand why this change is so dangerous for your business. By the way, I'm Andrea, the SEO chef. I love food, it's my culture. For 15 years, I've been helping restaurant owners like you work less and be more profitable. I've seen places like 48 Hours Pizza go from empty tables to fully booked, and Piccolino Pizza doubled their weekend bookings. But what Google just changed, this is the biggest shift I've seen in 15 years. And here's the thing, I've been tracking the restaurants that figured this out early. These restaurants aren't just surviving, they're thriving. While their competitors are losing customers, these smart restaurant owners are still in market share and dominating the local areas. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what they've been doing differently. Your competitors, the smart ones, they already figured out what Google changed. Right now, while you're worried about food costs and staff schedule, they're making changes that are causing Google's new system recommend them instead of you. And here's the scary part. Once Google's new system starts recommending your competitor, it gets harder and harder to break back. It's like Google is creating a VIP list of restaurants, and once you're off the list, you become invisible to customers. Let me tell you about 2 restaurants studied last month. Both Italian restaurants, both in the same suburb in Sydney. One figured out Google changes early, the other didn't. The restaurant they figured it out, they went from 20 bookings per week to 80 bookings per week in just 6 weeks. The restaurant that didn't figure it out, they went from 60 bookings per week to 15 bookings per week. Same food quality, same prices, same location. The only difference was understanding what Google changed and adapting to it. But here's what gives me hope for your restaurant. Most restaurant owners still have no idea this change had happened. They're still doing the same old marketing tactics that used to work, but they don't work anymore. So, what exactly is this change? And more importantly, how do you adapt to it? Alright, here's what Google changed that's causing all this chaos. Google now uses something called AI Overview for local restaurant searches. Instead of showing you a list of 10 restaurants, Google Artificial Intelligence now creates a summary at the top of search results that only mention 2 or 3 restaurants maximum. And here's the kicker. This AI overview appears before everything else. Before the map, before the regular search results, before everything. Most people see this AI recommendation and never scroll down to see the other results. So, Google AI is literally deciding which restaurants get customers and which restaurants become invisible. And it's making this decision based on specific signals that most restaurant owners don't even know. But here's the good news. I figured out exactly what signals Google AI is looking for. And once you understand those signals, you can make sure your restaurant is one of those top 2 or 3 results that pop up on the top of the search. Google AI is looking for these 3 specific things. First, it wants to see that you are a real, active restaurant with complete information. Second, it wants to see that you're genuinely part of your local community with fresh, authentic content. Third, it wants to see that real people love coming to your restaurant and talk about specific experiences. But here, what most restaurant owners get wrong. They think they can do this once and forget about it. That's not how AI works. You need to consistently feed it the right signals. And there's a specific way to do this I'm about to show you through a real success story. Because I want to tell you about Sharon, a restaurant owner who figured out this early and used it to save her falling restaurant. Her story is going to show you exactly what to do. Sharon runs a small Italian restaurant in Brisbane. 6 months ago, she was on the verge of closing down. Great food, but barely any customers during weekdays. She was getting maybe 15 bookings per week and struggling to pay rent. Then, Google made this AI overview change. At first, it made it worse. Her weekend bookings dropped from 30 to 12 and she was panicking. But then Sharon became one of the first restaurant owners to understand what Google AI was actually looking for. We spent 3 weeks optimizing a Google business profile with the specific signals that Google AI needs to see. We made sure every single detail was perfect. We started posting daily about our authentic Sicilian recipes with the stories behind each dish. We encourage customers to leave detailed reviews mentioning specific dishes and experiences. And here's what happened. Within 30 days, Google AI started recommending Sharon restaurants to hungry customers. Google AI started recommending Sharon restaurants for searches like Authentic Italian Brisbane, Family Restaurant Near Me, and Best Pasta Brisbane. Her booking went from 15 per week to 65 per week. But here's the really crazy part. Her main competitor, who used to dominate local searches, started losing customers. Same neighborhood, same type of food. The only difference was understanding how to communicate with Google's AI. That's the power of being AI ready. You don't just get more customers, you take customers away from competitors who don't understand what changed. So now that you know what Google changed, you know where restaurants are suddenly becoming invisible. And you know what the smart restaurant owners are doing to get recommended by Google's AI instead of their competitors. You now have the knowledge. You understand what changed. You've seen proof that this works through Sharon's success story. And here's what you need to do today. Go to your Google business profile and make sure it's 100% complete. Post something new about your restaurant story. Not just a food photo, but the story behind your food. Ask your recent customers to leave detailed reviews that mention specific dishes and experiences. But if you want to see exactly how to optimize your Google business profile, step by step to get recommended by Google AI, watch this video next where I walk through Sharon's complete transformation and show you the exact process that she used to go from 15 bookings per week to 65 bookings per week. If you like these videos and you want to support our channel, just click on the button below and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next video.